Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to have you with me. I want to read to you a scripture from Hebrews 5, verse 7, and then we'll speak about it. In the days of his flesh, that is Jesus, he offered up definite special petitions for that which he not only wanted but needed, and supplications with strong cryings and tears to him who was always able to save him out from death. And he was heard because of his reverence toward God, his godly fear, his piety. In that he shrank back, or he shrank from the horrors of separation from the bright presence of the Father. So here is Jesus, and the one thing that Jesus avoided in his life was that he never wanted to be separated from the bright presence of the Father. And that when he was suffering at the cross, that is the one thing that he was separated from the Father. And I cannot imagine the pain. Now, the reason why I'm speaking about this morning, in prayer yesterday, God showed me something that in terms of our heart connection towards God and our mind connection towards God. And here Jesus is clearly showing and saying that he doesn't want to be separated from God in any way. Now, oftentimes what happens is we have a situation. It can be worries about a job. It can be worries about finances, relationships. Whatever it is, your kids, your character, whatever it is, oftentimes we have a certain worry in our lives. And what we do is we bring petitions towards God, and that is perfect. That is a very good thing. But petitions often come just from the mind. Okay, so here Jesus is also making petitions, and we'll speak about, okay, so he did it a bit differently. But oftentimes we connect our mind to God. So we say, Father, help us. Father, I have this situation. And Father, and you give him the list of the things that you need help with, and that is good. But what we do is we keep our heart connection, we keep it connected to our problem instead of with God. And what God showed me yesterday is that we need to disengage our connection with our problem and engage our hearts with the Father. So our minds are connected. So we kind of feel valid in our prayers. We kind of feel, but I am connected to God because, you're speaking to God all the time. You're bringing your worries and your fears and everything to him in the mind. But still, the heart is not at peace. The heart is at fear regarding the outcome of your problem, regarding the outcome of the things that you bring to God. So the heart is still connected. I almost want to say horizontally. The heart is still connected with the problem, even though we engage the mind. But God is saying to you today, disengage your heart from your problem and engage your heart also together with your mind to God, so that you can have peace, so that you can have joy. And when we then reign, when we then need to engage with the problem, it will be from a place of rest. So at some stage, we need to engage with the problem in the sense of that we speak to it. But I almost want to say it's intellectual, it's again the mind. You speak to it, you tell it to go, but you cannot rule and reign over your problem when the heart is engaged with the emotion that the problem brings. Let's say you don't only have 10 Rand in the bank, and now 100 Rand is due for your next bill. So God help me, but your heart is worried. And you cannot change that from a worried state of heart. The scripture also say in the Old Testament somewhere, it says that their lips were praising him, but their hearts were far removed from God. And that is another example of this thing that we think we're ruling and reigning, and we think we're connecting with God, yet the heart is not at peace. The heart is not at rest. It is engaging with the problem. So my prayer for you today is that you disengage your heart from that problem. You need to speak and rule and reign and do everything that God instructs you to do. But start engaging your heart with God and reign from that position of peace and joy. Bless you.